Hello. All right, so I think we should start with basics. From stylists that have just come out of school to stylists that have been doing this longer than me, 20, 30, however many years. The most important part of any hair appointment is your consultation. So when your client sits down and it's a color appointment, the first thing you need to ask is not, oh, so you're down for a highlight today. No, the first thing you need to know is their color history. You need to know if they've had professional hair color, henna, sun-in, all the stuff that has been in their hair so you can set them up for what they can achieve, and you're also going to know what you're working with. Virgin hair is the best because it's going to lift, it's predictable, you know what's going on. If they've done any at-home services on themselves, aka box, you know you're going to have an uphill battle. I do not work on any clients that have henna in their hair unless they're very persistent. I will do a swatch on them and I make them sign a release because I've seen too much chemicals and melting, and that's just not good. So first you're going to ask them their hair history. Also, you need to know if they've had any chemical allergy reactions of any sort, if they have environmental allergies, just do they have allergies at all, any sensitivities. Next, you're going to ask them, what are they wanting today? And most of the time they're going to pull out a picture, and it's going to be Filtertress, aka Pinterest. I use that for more of a reference photo. So say they pull out a photo and it's baby lights, ombre. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull up my own work, my Instagram, and I'm gonna pull up, if they show me an ombre from Filtertress, Pinterest, I'm gonna pull up my Instagram with the exact same work. I know it's not filtered. I know that's my work and I can achieve that. And then we go from there. So that's why I always take a photo of all of my work. Stylists always say, oh, you're so good at taking photos. I wish I was better. It's very important because it helps with consultation. That way your clients also have an idea of what your style is, because I am more known for classic beachy, balayage versus, I do a little bit of vivid work, unicorn work. But if someone's showing me this bright rainbow hair, I'll be more apt to send them to a friend of mine that's all they do all day, every day. And so you can really pinpoint, is this client good for you? Showing your photos, your work, is that what they're liking? Next up is you want to see, do they like soft and blended or do they like high dimension? So you're going to show them soft and blended, baby lights, strand lights, anything that doesn't have a high contrast. Then you're going to show them stuff that has high contrast, and you say, which one do you prefer? Do you like the blended or the high contrast? And you work from there. And also, when I'm looking at photos that a client is showing me that we're looking at, I start from the roots, the mids, and the ends. Because so often we see the roots, you can have, the baby light bright roots, you can have a shadow root, you can have just a rooted look. Then in the mid area, you'll usually have, you'll see the highlighting. And at the ends, some are ombre, some are dimensional. So you need to make sure that you're talking your client through each part. And it's also good if I have any potential clients or clients that are going to go sit in another chair, that you're looking at the picture of a whole. Also, cover up the face, because if it's somebody famous or someone that's beautiful, a lot of times the clients are looking at that face and that's what they're wanting. And when you cover up the face and they look at the hair, a lot of times it completely changes it. So once again, it's very important to pull up your own work. If you're not going to post your work, then it's just important to keep it in your phone or easy access so you can show your clients. Then I like to go over at-home care, because I can sit there and I can work magic and miracles, but a lot of my clients I don't see for 3 months with balayage. So when they're at home, I need to make sure they're using the right shampoo, conditioner, they're shampooing right, they're conditioning right, using masks, their heat is at the right setting. There's so much that you need to let your client know for at-home care to keep that hair looking great from the moment they leave your chair till they come back. And that gets me into making sure good home care. You would be shocked how many clients sit in my chair and they have no idea. Oh, yeah, I have my straightener on the highest setting. Well, a lot of time the highest setting is actually for ethnic hair. Are you using ethnic hair styling products? If not, it's just burning it off. And if you're a blonde, oh my God, you're just fucking frying your hair off. Oh, my ends are dry. Well, that's why. But they don't know, and that is your responsibility to make sure that you're telling them. All right, so when you're home with your blow dryer, make sure you have a nozzle on it because the tip of your blow dryer gets hot. There's metal. You get it close to your hair, it's gonna fry it. Your flat iron and curling iron, depending on their texture, their colored hair, chemically treated, you need to make sure you give them the proper heat setting for their hair so they're keeping it healthy and they're not coming back going, so we need to chop off like half my hair because it's fried. And you're gonna feel bad because you're like, wow, did I use the wrong color treatment on them? Is that home? But take out the guesswork and tell them how to take care of their hair properly with the right straightening heat. Next up is telling them a great shampoo and conditioner. Don't just try to sell them. Don't just try to hit those retail sales. You need to make sure that you're telling them, if I have a blonde, I'm gonna make sure they're using a purple shampoo and a mask once a week, and then the rest of the week, if they're a blonde, here in Colorado it's dry, they're using a hydrating shampoo and conditioner, one that's appropriate for their hair. And then I'm gonna make sure, are they a client that likes to use a lot of products? Are they non-fussy? I'm non-fussy. I get out of the shower, I spray my hair with one product, and that's it. And so you need to make sure then you go over all the products and why. And sometimes I tell my clients to go get products that I don't have in the salon. So I write it on the back of my card and I send them to Ulta or any other reputable beauty supply store for them to get the right products for their hair. So after you've gone through that part of the consultation, then you need to tell them how long it's gonna take and go over price, because the worst thing that can happen is sticker shock at the end of a service. Your client, they need to know how much it's gonna be. And I rather give them a higher price and say it's less work, less time, then it's less and they're even happier. And so consultation, consultation, consultation. Make sure you go through it, because after you have gone over all of this and you figure out what they want, then you have to go mix your color. So by knowing the pattern, the layout, the technique they're wanting, you'll know how to mix accordingly. And if they've had any box color or any of that sort of stuff, you'll know, do I need to pre-treat the hair? It's gonna set you up for a lot more success rather than for failure. You know, it's just like if you're during a consult and you have a client that has black hair, they're showing you a silver photo. This happens all the time. Don't sit there and say, oh yeah, we can do that. It's gonna be easy. No, you need to ask them their favorite color, orange, because it's gonna be a process unless they wanna book out, you know, for an entire day and do it as a color correction. So making sure you set up those expectations before you even put a color brush, a cape, anything on them. You have talked them from start to end of the service on how to take care of it at home. If they're wanting to be a high maintenance color, are they ready to invest in the time and the product and make sure, you know, you're on the same page? Because what sort of justice is that? Is if you have a platinum, a silver, a high intense ash, or even a unicorn color, purple, blue, they're wanting these colors, but they don't realize the maintenance, and they spend a shitload of money in your chair. They get home and then their hair looks like crap in a few weeks and they don't know why, and they're not happy and they're not going to come back. And clients, if you're watching this, you know, that's another thing, making sure that, you know, this picture is beautiful, but is it for you? Is it for your lifestyle? Is this color just something that you think is pretty and maybe you can incorporate it into something that's lower maintenance? You know, both the stylist and the client, you both always have to be considering what goes into a look. So if you guys have any questions, please leave some comments. the next video, I'll just keep building off of this. So work on your consultations. I don't care if it's your first day out of beauty school or you've been doing this for decades. It'll set you up for more success. And clients, do your homework. Know that no hair color service is easy. Any ash is not natural. It's gonna be a higher maintenance color. Honeys, beiges, nudes, they're in for this season. So love you guys.